She stood in the rain outside the city's most glamorous hotel, clutching her worn backpack, whispering, "I'm poor, so they won't let me in." The guards laughed at her plea to see a man she'd never met, until he appeared and discovered she was his daughter, changing his life forever. The night was cold and wet, rain sliding down the glass walls of the tallest hotel in town. Bright lights glowed from inside, where well-dressed guests laughed and clinked glasses. At the entrance, a young black girl stood alone, clutching the straps of her worn backpack. Her name was Layla, and though she was only 12, her tired eyes made her look older. She took a shaky breath and walked up to the large doorman standing guard. I need to see Mr. Miller," she said softly. The man frowned. "This is a private event, sweetheart. Do you have an invitation?" Layla shook her head. "No." The doorman sighed, glancing at her faded clothes and scuffed shoes. "I'm sorry. You can't go in." Layla swallowed hard, tears brimming in her eyes. "I'm poor, so they won't let me in," she whispered, her voice breaking. Guests brushed past her, too busy laughing and greeting each other to notice the girl standing alone in the rain. Layla turned to leave, heart pounding. She'd promised her mother she would come here, but now she felt foolish. She didn't belong in a place like this. "Wait!" The voice was deep, steady. Layla turned to see a tall man in a black tuxedo approaching. His presence made the crowd part without a word. He was James Miller, one of the richest men in the country. "She says she's here to see you," the doorman said quickly. James studied the little girl, his sharp blue eyes softening. "Is that true?" Layla nodded and clutched the small silver locket around her neck. "My mama," she told, "me to find you." James crouched down so they were eye to eye. "What's your name?" "Layla Carter," she said, barely above a whisper. James froze. The name sent a jolt through him. He thought of a woman he once loved years ago, her smile, their short time together, the letter he never answered. His chest tightened. "Come with me," he said gently. Inside, the ballroom glittered with chandeliers, golden table settings, and hundreds of guests in sparkling dresses and suits. Layla clutched James's hand, overwhelmed by the glamour. Whispered murmurs rippled through the crowd at the sight of a billionaire escorting a small girl in second-hand clothes. In a quiet corner, James knelt again. "Layla, where's your mother?" Tears welled in Layla's eyes. "She's really sick. She told me you're my dad." Her voice trembled. "I didn't know if I should come, but I didn't know what else to do." James's heart ached. He had spent years chasing money, power, and success. But here, in front of him, was something far more important. A daughter he never knew he had. "You were brave to come," he whispered, pulling her into his arms. Layla hesitated at first, then melted into his embrace, sobbing softly. James stood, his face pale but determined. He turned to his assistant. "Cancel everything tonight. Call a doctor. Get the car ready. We're going to see her mother." The assistant blinked in shock, but nodded quickly. James picked Layla up and walked out of the ballroom, ignoring the stares and whispers. He wasn't a billionaire tonight. He was a father. The limo ride was quiet, except for the soft sound of the rain on the windows. Layla clutched his hand the entire way. For the first time in years, James felt something he hadn't felt in a long time, a warmth in his heart that no amount of money had ever brought. They arrived at a small apartment building. Layla led him up narrow stairs to a dimly lit bedroom where a frail woman lay in bed. Her eyes widened when she saw him. "James," she whispered. He sank to his knees beside her. "I'm here now. I should have been here a long time ago." Layla stood by the doorway, watching as her parents' eyes met for the first time in years. For the first time in her life, she felt safe. Outside, the city buzzed with wealth and noise, but inside that small apartment, a broken family was finally being made whole, one whispered truth at a time.